When you see a performance like this that's as vivid as the one that Muni gives in this film, were there any repercussions in his career for him at all from this kind of thing?
No, not at all. I mean, his career went just up. You know, he went under contract then to Warner Brothers soon after, and he did Emile Zola, he did Louis Pasteur, won the Academy Award for that. He did The Good Earth at MGM. He just did one movie after another. The problem with Paul Muni's career was the fact he had a wife named Bella, and Bella was on the set all the time, and Bella gave her approval or disapproval of how a scene went, and Bella became such a nuisance to everybody at the studio that nobody wanted to work with Mr. Muni again. So she really had a destructive effect on his career.
Very similar to a woman I studied acting with right before she died, Mira Rostova, in the life of Montgomery Clift, who apparently he would go and endure the notes of directors and then dash off to the perimeter of the set, and Rostova would give him his real notes and his real directing.
Right.
The last thing I wanted to say about this is this comparison between the De Palma version, the Pacino version, and I think what is interesting is how they both, De Palma doesn't retreat from the operatic tone of the film. I mean, this film is very, very voluptuous and very kind of blood engorged, if you would. It's a very kind of tacky film in some ways. I mean, there's some wonderful things about it, but it's really over the top, and wonderfully so. And De Palma goes right in that direction when he makes his film. I mean, the remake of Scarface is as operatic and as, I don't want to say campy, but it's as over the top as you can imagine in terms of violence. I mean, you know, the classic lines that Pacino's character has, you know, say hello to my little friend, as he's machine gunning all of his enemies in the atrium hallway of his mansion in Miami. You know, just the vulgarity. Probably one of the most vulgar movies ever made.
I just have to say also Anne Dvorak, I think, is sensational in this movie. Is his sister. I thought she's wonderful, and we have her coming up a little later in the movie, 3 on a Match. So up next, though, another gangster film that brought about the enforcement of the Hollywood Production Code. This time it's Edward G. Robinson in the movie that made him a star.
Tonight on TCM's Friday Night Spotlight, Edward G. Robinson shoots his way to the top in Little Caesar. Then the mob puts the screws to a lawyer in Penthouse. And Anne Dvorak tries to leave her husband behind in 3 on a Match.